Hello, I'm Alice. I live in Southeast Michigan, Planting Zone 6. I like to share recipes, organic gardening methods, and preserving techniques with my viewers who love to garden and cook, so therefore they get the most out of their harvest. The bee here is Sally. She's my supervisor. She makes sure there's some quality assurance around here. You'll see her a lot in the background. In today's episode, I'm making minestrone soup, which is a robust, wonderful, delicious soup that utilizes so many things from the harvest, such as fresh and preserved, like the Italian herb. I like to do simple extra steps in between cooking stages to truly amplify the flavor profile. During the close-up views, I will do the explanations of how I do so. I use the slow cooker to make this recipe so that way everything comes out slowly cooked and delicious. Start off by adding in the canned tomatoes from the harvest, pouring in the 3 things of stock. I like to use balsamic vinegar as an extra ingredient because it's quite delicious and gives a tiny tang. So in the pot is the Better Than Bouillon organic vegetable base. Put a little water into your stock containers, rinse them out, and discard it in there. Mix that really well and then pour it into the slow cooker. So that way that vegetable base is evenly and consistent, can go into the slow cooker. This is an enhancement of flavor profile. Sauteing onions and carrots will increase the flavor compared to just throwing them raw into the slow cooker. After a while, I get beautifully charred carrots and the onions break down, and we'll take the seasoning. Make sure to use a mortar and pestle. It will amplify the seasoning and make sure it really penetrates to its fullest potential. As you can see, the carrots are there and nice and charred, and I'm starting to add in the seasoning while the onions have released a lot of liquids and are translucent. There is some vegetable seasoning there. Then I will put in the back from the harvest, the Italian herb. It only takes a couple of minutes to get this warmed up, which also increases the seasoning as well. And then I will place it into the slow cooker. Place in the drained beans into the slow cooker. Total time cooking this recipe is 8 hours. At the 4th hour, put in the pearl barley and most of the Italian herbs. Save just a little bit because at the 7th hour is when you add in the lentils, and most of the flavoring could cook off, so you want to make sure that herb really comes through. Cook the noodles till al dente using the last tablespoon of Better Than Bouillon. In the last half hour of cooking, do the spinach and the zucchini. So therefore, they are perfectly tender and wonderful as in a texture. Mix again very well and then place on the lid for the last half hour of cooking. Minestrone is one of the cornerstones of Italian cuisine, and even maybe more widely dispersed and enjoyed throughout Italy than pasta. The soup was initially made from small things left over from previous meals, combined so as not to waste perfectly good food. So if you want to use fresh and preserved produce from your harvest, this recipe is ideal. To plate. Add in the al dente noodles first, top with the thickness of the vegetables, and then last, the wonderful part, the broth. If you really enjoyed today's episode, click that like button so therefore the algorithm will work in your favor. By subscribing to the channel, you will be notified of new content. Thank you very much for viewing.